So, the king of the meme coins, still at the top of the charts when it comes to the meme coins. So, let's take a look. Let's start off zoomed out on the monthly, just take a quick overlook, going all the way back to the peak of the 2018 bull run. Set the fibs there and obviously surpassed all expectations, past the 7 cents, came all the way up to about 74 cents, depending on the exchange that you are on. It's just quite a run. Anyway, I have the 20 EMA and the 55 EMA lines set up here, the 20 in the yellow and the 55 in the red. So let's take a look here. I wanted to point out that everybody's screaming, Doge is going to zero and this and that, and it still has about $20 billion in market cap as of this recording. And honestly, it's not as bearish as it may seem. I'm going to lay out the case here, but we shall see. You can, of course, have your own opinion. Okay, so I'm looking at the EMAs here, and I'm just noticing that, yes, it dipped below the 20 EMAs. It actually closed below the EMAs for 2 months in a row, and this current month of April is battling it out to get back up above the 20 EMA. Now, I want to go back to the prior bull run and point out that this actually happened. Look at this right here. This is very similar to the layout of this, really, if you were to kind of compare it. Let's see if I can have both on the same screen. So we zoom out and we notice that there's a peak here at the start of the bull run, or I guess towards the tail end, comes down, it goes past the 20, comes back up, and then it surges one more time. Okay, this is what I'm seeing here. Look at this. It's coming down below the 20 EMA, and it's looking like it's going to reverse. We'll dig in deeper on the weekly and the daily charts, but who knows if we can see something like this to kind of finish off, the grand finale of this bull run that everybody's anticipating. But I just want to point that out because we still haven't even dipped down to the 55 EMAs. This bull market before the surge here in January of 2021, it came down to the 55s. It really dipped in comparison, and now we're doing the same thing that we saw way back here. If I'm explaining myself, I hope I am, but I hope you see what I'm saying. And I'm going to dig into, let's see the weekly. Let's dig into the weekly. Okay. The weekly, a little more short term on the bull and the bear. I just want to point out the last time that the 20 was underneath the 55 in this case was back in the July of 2020 time frame, and it kind of did this little bounce around sort of formation back here. Okay, so let's go back up, pardon me, and take a look at the weekly. So obviously here, everybody was excited. This was literally the week of the Saturday Night Live, Elon Musk hosting, everybody, yay, party. And then ever since then, it's gone down. Just out of curiosity, let's just measure how far it's come down, just to see if, where'd it go? Measure. Okay, from the top to the bottom, we've lost 85%, just about. So that's a pretty healthy correction. That 80, 85, actually anywhere between 75 and 85% is a pretty common correction percentage and still remaining in a bull run. I think we've seen that in Bitcoin, Ethereum, where it's just a bit of a lull, a correction within a bear market. And that's what I've been hearing for a lot of other coins, and I do think it actually applies to Dogecoin as well, given its notoriety. And just a couple days ago, actually, Elon Musk now owns about, was it 10% of Twitter? He bought a bunch of shares, and who knows, maybe he'll be inclined to include Dogecoin in their crypto tipping function that they have on the website. So anyway, let's dig in. So, not looking good. Let's take a screenshot here and dig in. So we see that the 20 and the 55 obviously had a death cross, but the thing is, Dogecoin is still about 20 billion in market cap. That's relatively low compared to BTC. Is it? It's a little less than 1 trillion, just about. So to move the market for Dogecoin is just magnitudes easier than Bitcoin or even Ethereum could do, because that's about at 300 billion. Okay, so we could have, a $1 billion purchase kind of surge the price up just a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and actually add some fibs, but I just wanted to point out, it's still coming back up. It's battling right now. It's a little low. We saw on the monthly that it was just trying to fight up against the 20 EMA in that case, but here it's trying to reverse. This W pattern reversal did not really play out. I think everybody was hoping for this to break out higher, but instead what we got was a further correction. Okay, so maybe this can be the real reversal. It might even come back down and go back up, because we didn't have a real retest of this low to go back up. So that's an option there. Not too much on the weekly, but just want to take a look. Let's take a look at the daily. Now the daily gets interesting, because much like many other coins in the market, Dogecoin is seeing a bit of a reversal. So let's take a look here. We'll zoom in, take a screenshot, and go ahead and choose this. There you go. Perfect. So let's zoom in. We're getting a glimmer of a golden cross on the daily. Now, the last time we had this was back here, and we got denied off the 382 fib. Okay, so the caution here is having it roll back under the 55, just like it did here once and it here twice. And if you want to count this as 3, okay? So hopeful, we've been in this correction for long enough that this might be a final reversal, or set up for some sort of double bottom, like a W pattern, right, to be a reversal. Either way, really what I want to see is to get back to the 236, and then obviously go through the fibs and just knock these out. If we can see a full, like a 702 retracement up here, or even to the golden ratio, and then keep going, that would be fantastic, to be honest. So that's hopeful there, this little golden cross. Let's see, I'm actually curious. Let's set up a quick fib from this last sort of peak here. This isn't really a big peak. It was just enough to kind of blip the 20 EMA, but I want something like up here where the EMAs actually had some fun. They were dancing around. So let's add a fib. Fib tracement, and line it up, and just see if there's any overlap down here. Now, of course, depending on the exchange that you use, the index, the prices will vary, by a few cents, or I guess fractions of a cent in this case. But I just want to take a look here. Looks like there is quite a bit of overlap, kind of everywhere. So let's take a screenshot and take a look here closer. So just going from the bottom up here. So it looks like this right here might be a point of resistance. Hopefully we can flip that to support. So that 25-cent mark. This was a big deal back at the start of the start of the real bull run after the 7 cents. Kind of took over. This has some overlap here. 34 cents. Let's see, a little higher. This has quite a bit of turbulence here. That 50-cent mark. I'm surprised it's not around the golden, because of the 420 connection in the community. That's an interesting one. So let's keep going. This Look at this. Everything's kind of bunched up. Right back to where we saw our peak, that 74-cent mark around there. We get the 272 in there, 2618. Okay, so let's see. A lot of stuff bunched up here in the 90s, not bad. And then look at this. You have a full 4236 extension. We have a 1618, which is the impulsive wave for the big scale on the big time frame. So this one right here has a 1618 impulsive. Okay, this big one. And then for the smaller one here, it actually reaches the 4236 extension. So that's pretty encouraging. And if you take a look, let's see, let's go ahead and clear this up a little bit. It's really centered around the dollar mark that everybody's trying to get Dogecoin to. So look, the full 4236 is at $1.09, so just overextended. Okay. The 4 fib right here, just over $1 at $1.03. Let's see, let's zoom in there actually. I'll go back here and we'll zoom in for a little more clear of a picture. So let's do that, make sure all the lines are separated, screenshot. So even here, we can see these extensions are pretty well grouped together. These two are pretty good. So just over $1. And then the 3702, this section here, but there's nothing overlapping with the big one. Okay. So I don't know. This is going to be one big area of contention. Is it going to stretch out to the full 1618? Is it going to stop, before the dollar? I think everybody was surprised in the big run up back in the May 2021 rush over here. I think a lot of people were expecting this to be the dollar push up, but no, it hit this price point. We set the new fibs here, and we have a new impulsive wave at the 618. This one has $1.12, almost 13 cents. So quite a bit of room to wiggle with. This is this is encouraging. The fact that the $1.03 mark is actually the 4 fib and not the 4236 itself. Here, might be a safer area, but we have overlap with the bigger fib right there. I don't know, guys and gals. This is just this is where everybody wants to get to right here. This will make everybody happy, but who knows? The market cap was around 70 billion when it reached the 74 mark. So I'm not sure, I don't want to do the math right now, of how much the market cap would have to be for it to reach all the way up here. I'm just going to take a wild guess and say about the 100 billion, if that makes sense, 100 billion mark to get here. So we'll see. This is another point of resistance, so who knows if it's going to start kind of bouncing up and down. It would be interesting for it to hit up here at the 96, rebound down, sort of capitulate down here, and then go back up again. But who knows how far this bull run can take. But yeah, keep that in mind. The fibs are looking strong. For the EMAs, on the weekly, not the best looking EMA, but we do know that with smaller coins, smaller market caps, and I do consider 20 billion to be a smaller market cap. Funny, it's funny to say that, but I do believe so, that this could actually be the equivalent of those daily kind of loops up here, where they just cross back and forth, a weave, and then boop, slingshot up. So that's the optimistic view. Of course, there is the pessimistic view, where we can say that it just drops and goes back to this fib here from the 2018 run. We'll go back here. So from 2018, if you had set your fibs from, and kept adjusting, the peak was here at around, what is this, not even a cent? What's the high? just barely, almost 2 cents. Came right down, capitulated down here, retraced all the way back up to the 7 cents, and it met this 4236 extension. The fact that this just blew everything out of the water. I think a lot of people lost money if they were not holding, to be honest. Let's just, for fun, let's just set one here and here. Even then, I mean, this little baby pattern here would only get you to the 24-cent mark. Funnily enough, the 24-cent mark, so the 4.2 gets you to around this point. Let's take a look. Let's screenshot this so we can write. Funnily enough, so if you'd even followed that small baby pattern down here, and you'd come across here, so this still puts you at the 618 retracement and the 236 of the bigger pattern. So that's funny. But even then, if you had if you had sold then, you would have missed out on just a small retracement relatively, and then come all the way up here. That's fascinating. Yeah, who knows where Doge is going to coin? Where Doge is going to go? I guess coin's going to coin. Doge is going to Doge. But keep an eye on it. I would say, you know, if this really is the low, the 10-cent mark, if it comes back, I say scoop it up. Not financial advice. That's just something that I'm thinking about, you know, and for it to retrace all the way back. But who knows? Who knows? And, you know, this could take the whole year, you know, kind of extend itself out to 2023, the start of, or who knows? I'll just leave it there. I keep repeating myself. I appreciate you guys coming by. That's my case for Doge, and let me know if you guys agree, disagree, and if you guys see anything different. Did I miss anything? Yeah, we'll talk soon. Later.